What's going on, guys? So currently it's the next day, and we got a meeting right now with one of my business partners named Josh. Together, we're gonna take our companies to $1 million. So, just gonna be hopping in a meeting with him now, and I'll be back.
To a point where your systems are so good and your teams are so good, you can go back to being that thing that you were really good at it and help transcend the business. And that's what I've seen most successful businesses do.
Yeah.
They have this period from what they're good at it, and then they have to build a team so they actually can no longer be the best at what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when their team's really good, they can then go back to being the best at what they're doing.
Yeah, it's literally just like an order of. It's just like, all right, you know something, you're really good at it. Okay, cool. Now take that knowledge, compartmentalize it, right? Package it, then teach it to people, right? The training process is the part that's going to require more of your energy. After you train them, they become self-sufficient. Cool. Now those people will become really good at some things. They now have to do the same exact process, and then that like trickles down the ladder. And then now what happens is, at the end, it just becomes like a management game. You know, like, hey, look, you're managing this person who's managing this team. You're managing this person who's managing this team, and then that's kind of what the role becomes, and then that frees up the capacity for you to just do what you actually are good at.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that, but it's necessary.
That's the game, bro.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you want to grow a business, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
So who's your mentor and how is he helping you with EOS?
Yeah, he's a guy who was in a mutual program that I was in. The program itself wasn't the greatest, but it just like introduced me to so many people that like it made me naturally just richer, like in knowledge. It helped the business for sure, but the overall program was terrible though. But regardless, the mentor of mine, his name's Adrian Dayton, and he has been like an EOS practitioner for I don't know how many years now, like 10 plus years or something. And he has scaled the business to $1 million or multiple $1 million. He sold the business. It was like a SaaS company. And then he's also helped, I think, over 20 to 30 businesses like scale to $1 million with EOS. So I got into the call actually today. Today for you and today for me because it was like 1 to 4 a.m. So that's just the worst part about Japan, bro. It's just the friggin' time zones. But, bro, I got in there and I literally was just soaking in information. Like, there's so many things that we're doing. Like, we're succeeding in spite of our business.
Yeah.
Not because of our business. Like, just in spite of our hard work, we make things work, right? So I took like 4 pages of notes and I'm like, all right, you may need to be fired. You might not be in the right position. You're a great fit for the company, but you're not in the right position. We need better systems here. And then like every single department needs to have these accountability metrics. Otherwise, where are we going? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's your job to show people where you guys are going too.
Yeah, 100%. Like, how is it that I can rally people behind something? Like, people get rallied behind me because I'm the leader, sure. But, like, how can I get everybody on the same vision so that, like, yeah, everything that we're working towards is towards the same thing?
Curing cancer.
Yeah, like curing fucking cancer, bro. Yeah, like curing cancer. Yeah, over here trying to help people market their businesses and, you know, grow their brands. Other people are just out here curing cancer, which is fire. Yeah.
So have you thought about it? What is the vision for your company?
Well, you know the 1 year vision. The 1 year vision is for us to make $1 million before the end of 2025. The way that I have envisioned that out in my mind is that we're going to be helping 100 businesses earn $50,000 of revenue, or add $50,000 of revenue to their business. So theoretically, if I can help 100 businesses earn $50,000, that's $5 million of revenue generated. I think at that point it's like, okay, cool, our services are worth at least 20% of what we help to generate, which is $1 million.
Yeah, I mean that's very likely. I'm sure there's different components too, because you probably have different goals for different aspects of the kind of vertical integration.
Correct.
And that's something that's tough to.
So we just got done with the meeting with Josh and it went perfect. Meeting Josh like came about so randomly because I was watching his YouTube channel, which, you know, doesn't have a lot of subscribers, has about like 2,000 subscribers. But at the time I found him below 1,000. And I remember I messaged him on Instagram and I said, hey, like, we should be friends. Like, we're both like-minded individuals. We both want to do really good things in business. And we just want to create like lots of change. And he was like, yeah, bro, let's do it. Turns out he lived in like a very close area to me. So I drove out about an hour and a half to go meet him. Hour and a half there, hour and a half back. And that turned out to be one of the greatest decisions that I've made for this business, because, you know, me and Josh now have this partnership where we're helping each other to really grow our businesses, and things have been doing very well on both of our ends since then. So now that we finished the meeting, we're gonna head to the most part of the day where time stops and that like dreams genuinely come true. And that's the visualization. So we're about to get into it. It's about to be another 30-minute session, and then followed by some journaling towards the future. And then after that, we're going to hit the gym, then come back and then just work on the business and then in the business. So I'll see you guys.
All right, guys, we're currently headed to the gym right now, here with young Micah.
What's up, man? Are we gonna talk about that sandwich I made you last night?
Okay, genuinely, I was shocked. I mean, now Micah doesn't necessarily have his affinity is for coaching people and helping them to live better lives. Cooking wise, I think we have some more work to do in that department. But yesterday I saw a glimpse of like genius. I was like, you know what?
You're not even just genius. Genius is nice. You got a glimpse of house husband, dog. Like, that is like, when my partner drinks that, I'm just gonna put my fingers out like you putting a ring on this motherfucker today.
All the single ladies, put your hands up. Yeah. So we're gonna head to the gym, and then I think we're gonna go there for like 30-40 minutes, right?
It's not long.
Yeah,
I just need to get it pumping.
Yeah, just a brief little workout, and then back home to the Airbnb. We're gonna work on this business. Actually, we can hit a cafe, and then we can talk about the clinic.
Are they even gonna be open?
You know, we don't have to hit that cafe, but we can hit another one.
Okay, it's gonna be one that's open later.
Yeah, we could talk about ad strategy and all that jazz. All right.
Okay. So what we're doing right now is we're trying to figure out the ad and content strategy that's going to be for the pilot group of the clinic. So what we have right now is each of us have spent the last 3 days kind of sprinting to a solution that will be our draft solution that we'll go with for the month. And what we'll do from there is pretty much I've come up with 3 options of what I think his ad strategy is going to be that I think that will match the content strategy options that I've chosen. And we're going to do some post-it notes to connect them together and then figure out not only which one are we doing, but also what's required to execute on that plan as part of our next steps.
Yeah, he worded that beautifully. Okay.
All right. Now it's my turn.
Right. Productive.
I think it's these two.
So my option 1, your option 2 and 3 goes with it.
I think so.
Okay. Let me describe again what option 1 is. So basically, I want to pump money behind the current ads that are already performing well. The metric for like a well-performing ad is like the cost per click and the click-through rate and like the retention on the video, and they're really high on all 4 of the ads that we have. So I'm thinking that if we just pump more money behind it, basically like turning the dial, and like we would get more leads. The strategy behind that is that we would literally cap the amount of people that your personal coaching business would have.
Yeah, so what's required is we need a calculation of what my cap is.
Correct. Yeah. So we can take, for example, like 5 paid in fulls and then like 10 additional like weekly paying clients for your Miyagi program. And then after that, we would stop taking people inside of your one-on-one container, and then we would push all excess traffic and route that towards the clinic. So that's option 1.
Weekly. Okay, well, here, let's say, for example,
Yeah.
this week I think is actually going to be an interesting testament, partially because there's a chance that we're going to sign 4 people this month.
Okay.
Or not this month.
This week. Okay.
If we make the numbers of the PIFs, which is pay in fulls,
Yep.
and the number of weeklies, which is monthly retainer revenue,
Yep.
if we make these numbers too high, we'll never have excess.
No, for sure. We actually don't want to have excess. I think we want to hit, like, you're going to basically be funneling your income now from 2 main sources. One of these sources is something that takes a lot more of your energy to maintain via message support and via actually showing up on the calls. So you want to cap that one. And then what you want to do is funnel all the excess traffic that comes in via option 1 ad strategy towards the clinic, which is like almost like a passive income source, because you're not the one that's directly coaching. You're going to be helping the coaches like provide the best possible experience, and then we're going to be taking the cut on the back end. That's what I would say.
Well, here's my sense though. Like, let's say we put, if it's 5 and 5,
Yeah.
it's going to take us too long.
5 PIFs and then 5 monthlies.
It's going to take too long. If we only do 2 PIFs
Okay.
and we do like 3 weekly,
Yeah.
yes, I know my overall one-on-one practice revenue will be lower, but I don't want to spend too much time just trying to get myself capacity.
I mean,
It could take a moment.
I mean, let's go off of what you just said, though. Assuming that you're going to sign potentially 4 people this week,
Yes.
we're literally have 1 more spot for PIF, and then we're at PIF capacity.
Yes, but I don't know if we're just now getting to the space where I'm having consistent enough leads.
Yeah.
And like this week is like what makes this week a really good week.
Oh, is that
because
people were kind of lining up?
Exactly. Like these are all people who are like already really
They're inside of our, like, they've been nurtured.
very warm. Yeah,
Okay.
Very, very warm. So
Okay.
that's why I'm kind of like, if we make this number really high and this one number really high, they're just going to pay us.
And then what about what?
Excess.
And then what about the clinic? Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
So in that case, then what I think we should do is, we have 4 potential people signing this week, right?
Yes, we have one that's signed, Jamie.
Yep.
We also,
Okay. So if we literally sign 5 paid in fulls for the month, and then, we have to figure out the exact number of weeklies. I think then we literally close off any more people coming into your one-on-one practice. Okay, we have 4 strong leads that are likely going to close this week within the next 7 days, right? So those 4 leads are literally taking up 80% of paid in full capacity. We don't need any more people besides 1 extra person who's committed to just paying in full, and you have to feel them out. Like, on the phone, don't even go for the PIF. Like, you offer it, and then you say, hey, look, this is the last spot for a paid in full that we're offering for the next month, right? So if you'd like to take advantage of this, here's an action taker incentive today, and then after that, the paid in full container is being closed. Then after that, the remaining amount of weeklies, we just calculate those after we subtract the paid in full, and then after we subtract our already recurring revenue, and then we make up the difference to $20,000 by filling them in with weekly spots. Yeah, we need to calculate the revenue generated from 5 paid in fulls, and then we need to calculate the revenue generated already from recurring, and then the rest of that we can just fill the spots with weekly members.
recurring.
Yeah, and then also account for any churn that we're going to have as well.
Oh, that's what churn.
Okay. So Micah and I are about to have a meeting regarding this other business that me and him are building together. And this has been something that Micah's been very excited about for a long time. We've gotten his personal business, his coaching business, to a really like consistent amount. We're scaling that amount up like little by little while also building up this other project that we're going to be releasing for the first month in December. So I'm really excited about that. And we're going to show you guys the behind the scenes of what that looks like.
All right, Isaiah Frizzell, what do we have for dinner tonight, bro?
We got some lemon parmesan garlic potatoes.
Lemon Parmesan garlic potatoes. Who hurt you?
Bro, we got some shrimp and salmon patties, burgers if you will.
Nah, this is actually different.
We got a little avocado corn dressing.
This might actually
Salad.
This might actually get him, Micah.
Bro.
This guy should be scared, bro. This
The
guy's about
sauce,
to get.
I made a sauce so you guys could like try it on it. I didn't put it on your plate. So
Nah,
You were trying to one up me.
he didn't one up
I
us.
didn't try. This is what I do. This is my
Oh,
recipe, bro.
sir, don't you dare.
You guys could try this first before you put it on.
He didn't try. He just did.
Just did. Well, you guys gotta like
Yeah.
try it first.
Nah, we will.
don't know.
This is
Yours okay?
dangerous. This is dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to
Try it out.
say a prayer for the Lord. All right, guys, we're about to dive. We're about to dive into this. I don't even know if it's properly clear, but okay. Let's start with the taters first. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. All right. Okay, this is good. This is good. All right, Zay, unbiasedly,
Uh-huh.
you taking this or my pasta?
Oh wait, what? Those are two different dishes, bro.
What are you taking, Zay?
I'd order both.
You'd order.
Yes.
This is Japan. Do you understand these portion sizes ain't shit?
Yeah.
Hey man,
Doing both, bro.
everybody's a winner. What's going on, guys? So it's currently 11:01, and we have a team call. This is our second team meeting in a week. Excited to meet with the team after I just had that CEO meeting yesterday. So I just want to share some insights. We're gonna go over some systems that we've been building, and we're gonna do our best to just kind of get the ship rolling, get the ball rolling. You know what I mean? So let's do it. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
It's really nice to see everybody in here like on time. That's beautiful, man.
You're not on time.
Nah, I was actually recording like a brief little intro. See, look, one sec. There you go. For the video, but no, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah. No, to be quite honest, I'm really excited to speak to you guys. Really excited to speak to you guys because what's it called? Just have been learning a lot of stuff from this meeting that I attended yesterday and this meeting that we're going to consistently attend, or I'm going to consistently attend for like CEOs and like entrepreneurs. And just been learning a lot of good stuff that I think will definitely be helpful for the way that we do things in the company. I think a lot of us are spending like a lot of time working in the company and like not working on it, and this is a shift that we kind of have to make like as we look to grow this thing. So yeah, just excited to share that. But in the meantime, Hassan.
And this is a list for the weekly tasks.
Okay.
So for the month-long things, and so this is where Victoria has to like. This is where she'll have to like put in stuff. So for example, I don't know, like finish Crystal's mother, father, womb, but whatever that is. So she inputs that,
Yeah.
and then what she has to do is just assign it to somebody. So she could assign it to Mariam. Just click on it. She can assign it to Nochin. Just click on it, and then this is like for the day. So is it for Wednesday? Is it for Thursday?
It's for
You can,
Thursday.
like assign whatever day it needs to be, and then also assign a due date.
Okay.
So she needs it done by the 22nd or something, and so that's basically it.
Okay. How does that show up?
Like this
How does
is
that show up for Victoria though? Like where does it?
So it will show up in Noshin's personal dashboard. So this
Okay.
is her personal dashboard, and it'll just show up here. Then
Okay.
once she like she wants to start on it, she can just throw it into progress, and then Victoria can see that she's already started working on it.
Okay.
Plus, notifications obviously will go around in Slack. So Nosheen will be notified that she's been assigned something. Victoria will be notified that something is in progress, something is done. If there are any revisions, again, notifications all over the place.
Okay. Victoria, do you find this kind of a thing to be helpful? Like, is this going to kind of solve the problem that you've been having?
I mean, like it is supportive, but the thing is, like, so for example, if someone like adds or changes a due date, like you guys did yesterday on Slack, that I like was not aware of, like that would not be communicated in the system,
Okay.
right? So
Who will change the due date? Are you talking from the client's perspective?
No, she's talking about the workshop.
No. Who will change the due date? The client?
it was ambiguous at first.
This is really helpful for the creative directing department. Okay. It's a project management software for them. My thing is that I want the departments to have this like inter-department communication. So let's say, for example, we sign on a new client. Creative directing team does a great job coming up with a marketing strategy and exactly the vision for what they want to create for it. They then get the files, boom, and then they ship it over to the editing department. Is there a way that once the creative directing finishes everything, they could just assign it to the editing department and then now it gets added into your system?
I'm not like exactly understanding what it is, because the editing like system right now is somebody makes a draft, titles it, and then links a raw video.
Is there a way?
Any,
Okay, this is not. I don't want this. I don't want this right now. I'm just telling you, like, think about this. Right, keep this in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
What if the initial task that they create, right, becomes draft, and then that draft, or what Nushin can then do, maybe for example, is oh man, there's a couple different ways. You could either like, a creative directing department finishes a task, then they change the type of task it is, and then they assign that to the editing team. Or the second thing is that after the creative directing department finishes something, they then go into the EMS and then they create a draft, and then they can then sequence it out to the editing team. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's probably like
Victoria, because because we're a smaller company and we're growing, I think what's happening is that a lot of us are having to do things that we don't want to do, but things that we're doing regardless. Okay? So, Hassan, if you don't mind, I'm going to just share my screen here. Okay, guys. So, this right here is something that I would like you guys to fill out. Every one of you guys to fill out. And what this represents, I mean, this is going to look weird. Don't worry about these like random things. But basically, guys, there's some things that we're doing that we'd love to do and that we're great at doing. Okay? There's some things that we like to do and we're good at doing. There's some things that we don't like to do, but we're good at doing. And there's some things that we don't like to do and we're bad at doing, yet we're still doing them. Okay? So I need you guys, I'm going to send you this, okay? This template, I need you guys to fill this out because I don't want you guys to do something, I don't want you guys to do work that you don't want to do. It doesn't make sense, okay? So like Victoria, for example, like I know that you're good at creating content for like, for example, for Saya, okay? But I don't know if you necessarily love to do it. I don't know if you want to keep doing that. Okay? Hassan, for example. Okay? I know that you're pretty damn good at hiring. Okay? However, I don't know if you want to continue to keep doing that. Okay? Nushin, on the
I'm
other.
okay with hiring. What I don't like is that I have to like be responsible for some of the clients that like aren't like majorly mine.
Okay,
That's
that's perfect. That's perfect. So the goal of why is there a goddess in? Okay, I don't know. Anyways, the goal of this is for me to understand what it is that you are doing that you love to do, so I can give you more of it, and what it is that you are doing that you don't necessarily love, because I don't want you to keep doing something that you don't love. If there's a way that I can hire somebody out to do this task that you guys don't like to do. This will make you guys more efficient in doing things that you love to do. Okay? So I will send you guys this when you get a chance over the next couple, actually by the weekend, okay, before our next meeting. I'd like you guys to have this filled out, please. And please, like, don't hold back, right? Write down exactly what it is that you love to do, that you like to do, that you don't like to do, that you are just really bad at doing, but you still do. And that's going to give us a lot more clarity on how we can move forward, like, with a lot more efficiency. The second thing I want to talk to you guys about is that I want to put together something called an accountability chart. So there is a certain, like, each one of us in the company, we hold like a certain number. Okay, Hassan, for example, holds the amount of deliverables that we're doing. Victoria holds, for example, like the amount of, you know, strategies or creative directing, tools devised, you know, or like clarity on where the client wants to be or something, right? I, for example, hold, I hold more of like the developmental side of the business, where like how many clients came in, what's our revenue, stuff like that, right? Nushin can hold, you know, something like how many projects are you assisting on, or like how many pieces of like still content have you produced or something like that, right? There's a number that each and every single one of us have. We need to come together as a team every single week, and we need to share this number, and this number has to be like, that person has to own ownership of that number, okay? So, for example, if our goal is to get to $1 million in revenue within the next 12 months, I have to come prepared with like, hey, look, this is how many clients we've signed, this is how many clients we've retained, this is what our revenue is, this is what our projections are, etc., etc. So this is just a brief little example, but coming every single week with this idea in your mind of like, hey, look, this is what the number is that I'm responsible of, I take full ownership of this, right? If we can come with that week over week, like, I don't see why the growth of this is not, like, the growth of this will be inevitable, okay? So I'll give us more information regarding that on our next call, but yeah, just some brief things that I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Does anybody have any closing thoughts? Yeah, I completely resonate with what it is that you're saying. Like, I'm not gonna sell you guys lies. I'm not gonna say like, hey, look, like, we're only gonna be focusing on things that we love. We're a smaller team, so like a lot of us are gonna kind of have to be doing like one or two things that, you know, it's like not like that we love to do it, but like we have to do it right now until we can get somebody in there. The goal for this though is for me to, like, let's say there's like 5 tasks that you're doing that you just don't like to do. I'm like, okay, let's bring that down to like 3, and then like in a month, let's bring it down to like 2, and then in 2 months, let's eliminate you doing all those tasks that you don't like to do. Tori, this is something that you're going to have to do, and this is something that Hassan has been learning how to do, and this is something that I've been learning how to do. You are in a leadership position, okay? So what that means is that you have to take your knowledge, you have to write it down, compartmentalize it, teach it, and then delegate it. This is the natural order of growth in a company, okay? There's like, for example, timestamping, like, is something that you're probably not going to be doing in the next coming months, okay? Even like things like, for example, your creative vision and stuff. Although it's difficult for you to teach and like to give somebody that, we have to set up ways and trainings, and like we have to make our team more competent.
Well, we have to hire people that are able to do it. So, like, for example, like,
Sure.
Machines already like out like swinging.
Yeah.
For example, like,
Yeah.
you can't do this.
Yeah, but there's some things about that though that you can teach. Like, we can give them resources. Like, we can give them resources. We can, for example, like, we can Hassan, can you mute yourself? Hassan, mute yourself, brother. Mute yourself. Okay. There's
Like, like give people like history book, like art history books, like what?
no,
like, what's
no,
the,
that's not what I mean, Tori.
it's like,
Okay, so for example, right? Let's say a new client comes on. Let's say there's somebody who we're hiring in the creative department that soon will be able to, like, we want to train them so that they don't have to they don't have to take as much of your time. Like, you don't have to spend as much time with the client, right? So what do? You bring them on like an intern. They shadow you, right? They say, hey, look, like Tori's like, okay, look, this idea just came to mind when he said this. So maybe what you can do is be like, okay, cool. These are a set of questions that you can ask a client that are going to start to draw out creative inspiration. Like, I'm not looking for a clone of you, Victoria. It's not possible. But what I am looking for though is like, I want you to be a mentor for the people who are in your department, so that way, like, the department doesn't just rely on you. Because if it does, if you're sick, if you burn out, if you have something to do in that day and you're really busy or some circumstance comes up, the department is temporarily stopped. And for the lifeline of a business, that's not sustainable. So you have to find ways to make yourself replicable, if you get what I mean. Go on,
Yes,
Nishi.
no shit.
Alright guys, so it's currently 1:42 in the morning. We have completed all of our meetings. We've touched base with everybody, and it's about time for us to head to bed. So just completed my laundry there in the back, making the use of the space as much as we can. And yeah, just really looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what it holds for us. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.